Day, New York. I'm Jim Ryan here with the Good Day Gang. And are those high-priced skin lotions any better than the regular drugstore brand? Dr. Steve will break it down for you. Dr. Steve is here now talking about generic versus name brand stuff.
That's right, Jim. You know, people always wonder, are the brands better than the generics when it comes to simple things like skincare, or do they just cost more? Well, joining me this morning is Dr. Tabasum Mir. She's a cosmetic dermatologist right here in New York City. Good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you.
So there are some basic things that we're not talking about the higher-end expensive skincare stuff, but something simple like lotion, like dry lotion. Are these things, is it necessary to buy these popular name brands? And we don't mean to pick on Lubriderm, say, but, you know, is it necessary?
Well, I found really you have to really know your ingredients. And if you can look at the back label where they have the ingredients listed, you'll find that for most lotions, it really is very similar. And the generic versions try and actually mimic packaging and labeling. And you'll find that it has the same consistency and feel of the name brand.
And you can save, actually, look at hook. You could save a lot of money on these things,
a lot of money, right.
Okay, also skin cleansers. I mean, you really should kind of keep your skin clean, especially in this city with all the grit and grime.
Absolutely.
Some of the stuff, you know, this is a good product, Cetaphil. We should say right off the top, it is a good product.
Cetaphil is one of the most recommended products for cleansing, especially for dry or sensitive skin. But it is an expensive product, even for a drugstore. Like a big bottle of Cetaphil can run you around $13, $14. And I found that the ingredients in the generic are nearly identical, with the same wash quality, the same rinse quality, same texture and feel, so you really are saving a significant amount of money buying the generic version.
Okay, now moving on, we have sunblock. Now, you know, spring is here, people are out in the sun. We really should say you should wear sunblock every day.
Absolutely, every day.
Okay, so this is something you should be spending your money on, but do we need the name brand? I think in this case you're saying maybe we can get it, we should buy the name brand.
I would spend the money on a name brand because even though the active ingredients in both are the same, I find that the cosmetic properties of the name brand in terms of different formulations that they have for different skin types, the textures, you can get a sheer versus a creamy versus a lotion. You have more of those cosmetic options with a name brand, whereas generic are really one size fits all.
Okay, and a minimum of SPF 15 for some people with fair skin, you can go even higher, right?
They say minimum of 15, but I really feel like the amount of exposure we get in the city on a day-to-day basis, or if you're out and you know you're going to be in the sun longer, it's really important to reapply it frequently and even go as high as a 30 or 45 if you have very sensitive skin.
Okay, Beth is telling me that someone at the desk has a question. Who's the inquiring mind?
We all do.
Oh, God, here we go.
Thank you, because it's always me.
Lynn always has a question.
Where do babies come from?
We'll take care of that one. Now, someone doesn't have a question.
I was curious about shave cream and sort of what are the properties in shave cream in a brand name versus a generic brand?
Very often they're very similar. As I said, you have a foaming and a lubricating property, but sometimes in name brands they add, just like with the sunblock, they add more cosmetic vitamin E's or something for sensitive skin or a salicylic acid product so that a lot of men have pore problems, and you can find that in the name brand versus...
Why do they put perfume in some of these products? It's really not needed.
I think that it gives it an identity almost, like when you smell a lotion, you smell a product, you remember the product through the smell, because that is one place where the generic and name brands do differ, sometimes the smell.
Now, are there some skin products that you can't buy generic yet, where the generics are trying to impersonate them, but they're not actually that because they're protected by, what is it, trademark or copyright?
Well, unless it's an ingredient that they patent, you can pretty much duplicate anything. And I generally find that the larger stores, like the CVS and the Rite Aids, they have a lot more generic duplications. But unless it's something trademarked, like a trademarked ingredient, like in a sunblock, you really don't have generics trying to copy that.
So a pharmacist is a great choice.
Yeah, and all you have to do is really just alter slightly the composition, then they could say it's really not the same product, and they get away with it. But lastly, we didn't get to is the dandruff shampoos. I know a lot of people suffer with dandruff. In this case, brand name or generic?
I would say generic as well, because if you look at the ingredients, again, the same active ingredient are in all of them, the same detergent and foaming properties, and even they try and duplicate the packaging identically. So really, you're getting, for half the money, the same amount of product.
And some people who don't get help with the over-the-counter, they can get a prescription that will make it better. Okay, Dr. Tabasum Mir, thanks so much for coming in this morning. It's really good information.
Thank you.